Justin with DeAngelo Marine Exhaust again. Here with Alan from our insulation department. He's going to show you how to install single layer blankets this time. You'll notice the piece has a little bit of a complicated geometry, and the thermal blankets we made are in 3 sections, but Alan's going to show you the proper way to install it. Now the purpose of these thermal blankets is to keep the heat generated by the exhaust entrapped within the blankets. It's not going to reduce the temperature, it's just going to make sure that that heat does not escape through the blankets. So you need to make sure that there's no gaps and everything is installed tightly. As you can see, Alan's using little rubber bands to keep it in place so he can pat it down and make sure he's got a tight fit and start assembling the rest of it. Because of the complex geometry, the customer wanted us to make these blankets in different pieces. That gray cloth is a silicone-based cloth, and it can withstand temperatures of about 200 to 300 degrees. You notice we use another type of cloth here, which can take up to 1,000 to 2,000 degrees, because that is going to come in contact with the flange. If the gray cloth came in contact with the flange, it would burn up. So a good rule of thumb is when you see that cloth, that's going to go to your turbo part. Now that he's got the thermal blanket mocked up, he's going to take his chicken wire that he's created a loop on one end, and he'll start lacing it on the anchors that are already there on the blanket. So you always want to make sure you're lacing it up real tight. Again, the idea is to trap all that heat inside these blankets. So if there's any gaps where heat can escape, that's going to be a problem. Once he's completed, he'll wrap it a few times, trim the ends, loop it over so you don't get a snag. And now, because he has the 2-part blanket and you see there is a gap here where exhaust gas may escape, he's going to install the last piece, which should ensure that all the gases stay trapped within the blankets. Again, he's using the same methodology here. A couple rubber bands to keep it in place while he gets his anchors in. We'll start with the looped end and start weaving it in. Again, always roll it over to avoid any snags. And then you can tighten the drawstrings to keep that gas from escaping. And that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. You'll notice that these blankets will come with anchors already in place. All you got to do is get the wire and make sure you're tightening it in and everything is good. Again, don't forget, loop your end so you don't catch a snag and tighten those drawstrings. And when done correctly, you're going to have great insulation to last a long time.